Hello everyone, that's the second part of that video about practice of TTARTISAN 500mm practical review. And I'm here in the South Amazon and on the tower with a 50 meters tall, and I took amazing pictures with this lens here. I fall in love about that lens here because even with any technology have a great body and a very nice construction, but I'm here to talk about the practice. So to come here a place like this, you need to be prepared. If you have your settings prepared, shutter speed for photographing birds in the movement, and if you calculated the distance right, for example, the TTARtISAN have the meters and feet, how many distance the objectives are. So if you calculated the macaws is flying about 30 meters of you hear the macaw, so you instantly you put and push the ring of the focus in 30 meters and try to follow the objective. And it's very interesting because sometimes even the mirrorless cannot find the target because have many trees, many things on the background. But the human eyes is better than any camera. We don't made yet such technology. So I used to use on the towers to photograph birds in movement. If you have a white sky or even a cloudy day, after the 7 a.m. I use around to 8, aperture in 8, 11, and sometimes 16, but usually on 8. And sometimes if you want a more artistic photography, you put a 6.3 is nice to get a movement. And the ring, I hear about many reviews about the ring. They need to be hard, not hard but soft, but very strong. They need to be strong because you need the details to find exactly the focus. It's incredible when you used to use I use already if I took a picture of 10 pictures, at least 8 I can photograph in focus. So you need to practice, and it's an excellent lens and very accessible because it's a very cheap. Have any other on the market with that price. With $200 you can buy one, and she can took pictures like a lens with $10,000. So it's incredible. Have some problems, of course, any equipment have, but if you use right and practice, you can collect amazing things. And it's very nice to, if you have a tripod or not, to make movies of the wildlife, because that's a cinematic lens. So it's a very nice lens, and I always catch with a good hand, strong hands, and you can see the ring is complete manual, analogic. In a modern world, everything is technology, track eyes and everything. A lens like this to start is very nice. You can take professional picture with a very cheap lens, and it's a very nice, the TTARtISAN, this tiny lens with an amazing beauty body, very nice quality, incredible. Is some macaws coming. I want to adjust my f/11. My ISO is 800 and velocity is around to 800 too. And it is scarlet macaws already adjust, is more than 100 meters far away, and they are approaching. And now I already know they are approaching more, so I move the ring to more close to me, and easily I can take a picture. They're a little bit far away, but I'm gonna show this picture I took. I'm gonna show to you on a video, but right now too is interesting too. There it is. They're very far away. and it's not the best shot because they're too far away. Even if you have a 800 millimeters, more than 200 meters is too much for any lens. But if you have a lucky to pass more close, you have a practice, you wanna catch the picture, I have a sure. So I know sometimes it's hard, and not just to practice, and after it stay more easy and easy. So don't give up, but be prepared. If the ring of the focus of a 500 millimeters TTARtISAN are too soft, you can lose the target. So when a target is moving, is very important you adjust very slowly, because you can lose more. The subjective is more soft, so that calls to you more precisely distance and precisely focus on the target. So if you have some macaws on some bird of prey flying, you need to calculate the distance. If you look here in feet or meters, if you think the distance of your subjective is 30 meters, the spider monkeys are singing. Anyway, so if you have the distance of 30 meters, if you calculate it, if you think your subjectives are 30 meters far away, you put on 30 meters, you already adjust the aperture. So when you put on the macaws or the birds you want, or the subjective, probably you want to stay in focus or a little bit in focus. And that is the reason the rings need to be hard, because soft movement, you want to follow the subjective very easily. So it's not so difficult to photograph the animals in movement after you have the practice to calculate the distance the animals are. And that is amazing. I don't think they are bad for the wildlife photography, even animals in movement and very hard scene or active scene. I can capture any image I can in a wildlife with this lens here, and I can show to you. For me, photograph the wildlife and the nature and share to the people. That's the reason we took pictures. We need to share, and we want to show to another one the beauty of the nature and the beauty we appreciate it. So for me, it's much more than a pressed button. You appreciate the composition of the thing, the artistic part of the human being, and that's nice about the TTARtISAN, because on the modern world with a lot of technology, she bring to us that part of the art. You need to think, you need to observe the things you want to take a shot, and that's the reason it's a very nice lens. Not only the price, not only the material, but the feeling behind to build analogic lens on the modern world. So you can lose scenes in photography, but you can lose with any equipment, and all the wildlife photographers pass situations like this. But maybe the secret is always be prepared, and don't give up, but always be prepared and be patient. Photography takes time, and with the more you photograph, more you learn, and that's the art, and that is the feeling you want, and then pass the information to the other ones. Share with the people you like it. So for me, it's amazing job the TTARtISAN made with the 500 millimeters TTARtISAN. A fixed lens with an excellent quality, and very useful for the beginners, because it's very cheap, and you can catch very excellent image, professional image. You just need to adapt to this lens, and for me is amazing. I fall in love for this lens. I like to classical photography, so you need to understand how the conditions of the light works. You need to understand shutter speed, you need to understand aperture, and you need to know the distance of the subjective you want, because you need to focus handily. So it's complete amazing. You put your brain to works. In the world, everything is technology, and you stop to thinking. So it's amazing. I recommend strongly this lens here for the wildlife photographers, and check my other video telling about this lens and many another types of environments.